The hallway fell silent the moment the twins turned the corner. Something about their matching backpacks and pale, quiet faces made them stand out like ghosts in a building full of noise. Eyes followed them, whispers trailed behind, and laughter erupted, but not the kind that invited you in. It was the kind that aimed to shrink you. And yet, the twins, Liam and Luke, didn't flinch. Not even when the bullies were already waiting at the end of the corridor. It had been 6 months since they'd moved to Ridgewood High. Small town. Smaller minds. The moment people found out they were homeschooled kids who spoke little and kept to themselves, the assumptions began. Creepy, they said. Robots, others joked. But Liam and Luke didn't respond. They'd seen what happens when you try to explain yourself to people who only want to hear their own echoes. Ethan, the ringleader, was built like he'd been repeating sophomore year just for sport. His crew, Jared and Rex, shadowed him like echoes with fists. They weren't just mean. They were bored. And when bullies are bored, they go looking for the easiest target to remind the school who owns the walls. That week, the target was the twins. On Wednesday afternoon, when most students were rushing toward the cafeteria, the twins were headed in the opposite direction. They always were. That's when Ethan decided it was time. He slammed his locker shut, cracked his knuckles like a signal, and followed the boys. Jared and Rex flanked him, their laughter echoing like a bad omen. Luke noticed the shadow first. Liam caught the tone in Ethan's voice next. "Look what we got here," Ethan said, cornering them near the back stairwell. "Ghost boys think they can float around and ignore everyone. You too good for us." The twins said nothing. Their silence wasn't fear. It was calculation. Rex shoved Luke's shoulder. "Say something, freak." Still nothing. "You know what I hate the most?" Ethan growled, stepping closer. "When nobodies walk around like they matter. Let's remind M who runs this place." Ethan reached for Liam's hoodie. That was a mistake. In one movement, Liam twisted his arm sideways, locked his elbow, and brought the towering bully to his knees with a scream that silenced the corridor. Rex lunged, but Luke ducked, grabbed his leg, and flipped him hard against the wall. Jared froze, just for a second, before Liam stepped forward and grabbed his wrist, pulling it into a joint lock that made him yelp like a kicked dog. 3 bodies on the ground. Groaning. Crying. And the twins didn't even raise their voices. By the time the vice principal showed up, alerted by the students who'd gathered around in stunned awe, the fight was already over. Fight wasn't the right word. It was self-defense. Swift. Controlled. Terrifyingly precise. The truth unraveled fast. The twins had been trained in Krav Maga since they were 5. Their father, a former military close-quarters instructor, believed the world didn't give warnings, so neither should his sons. Quiet didn't mean weak. And stillness wasn't surrender. The school tried to blame the twins at first. But videos don't lie. Witnesses didn't hesitate. The twins hadn't thrown a single punch that wasn't necessary. They didn't speak during the attack. And they didn't gloat after it. They walked away like they always did, silent, steady, untouched. News spread faster than wildfire. The clip hit social media, and within days, the internet crowned them as the Bone Breaker Twins. Memes were made. Messages poured in from kids who had faced bullies and never fought back, now feeling something new, permission to stand. But the twins didn't bask in the attention. They didn't accept interviews. They didn't even change how they walked through the halls. Because for Liam and Luke, breaking bones wasn't the victory. Teaching people not to underestimate quiet strength. That was. And that day, Ridgewood High learned a lesson that would echo through every locker and lunch table for years. Sometimes, the ones you corner without fear are the ones trained to end it in seconds. And silence doesn't mean surrender.